7 ways to destroy your enemies without fighting. They want you angry. They want you distracted. They want you emotional. They want you wasting your energy proving them wrong. And that is exactly why most people lose. Not because their enemies are stronger, but because they allow their enemies to control their minds. The Stoics understood something that most people never learn. Your greatest victory is not defeating another person. Your greatest victory is becoming impossible to defeat. Think about that. What if the people who criticize you could no longer affect your mood? What if the people who doubt you could no longer shake your confidence? What if the people who envy you could no longer distract you from your purpose? That is real power. Most people think strength means fighting back. The Stoics thought differently. They believed the strongest person in the room is often the one who remains calm while everyone else loses control. Because anger is easy, revenge is easy, bitterness is easy, mastering yourself is difficult, and that is why so few people do it. Today, you will discover 7 Stoic ways to destroy your enemies without fighting. Not through violence, not through manipulation, not through revenge, but through discipline, wisdom, character, and self-mastery. Subscribe to Stoic Reflections for more videos on Stoicism, mental strength, emotional intelligence, and self-discipline. Because when you master yourself, nobody else can control you. 1. Refuse to react. One of the biggest mistakes people make is reacting to every attack. Every insult, every criticism, every negative comment, every attempt to provoke them. And in doing so, they hand their power away. There was a young businessman named Marcus. Every time someone criticized him, he responded immediately. If someone insulted him online, he argued. If someone doubted him, he defended himself. If someone challenged him, he fought back. His life became exhausting. Every day was another battle. Every week was another conflict. Every month was another argument. One day, an older mentor asked him a simple question. Why are you giving strangers control over your emotions? The question hit him hard. Because it was true. His enemies were not controlling him. His reactions were. From that day forward, Marcus changed. When people insulted him, he remained calm. When people mocked him, he stayed focused. When people attacked him, he continued working. At first, this felt difficult. Then something surprising happened. The attacks lost power. Because most people who provoke others want a reaction. Your anger is their reward. Your frustration is their victory. Your attention is their fuel. When you refuse to react, you take that fuel away. The Stoics understood this deeply. No one can disturb your peace without your permission. Think about how much energy people waste defending themselves against every opinion. Imagine redirecting that energy toward your goals instead. Imagine how much stronger you would become. Your enemies expect emotional reactions. Give them emotional discipline. That is far more powerful. The moment you stop reacting to everything, you become dangerous. Because now your emotions belong to you. 2. Succeed in silence. Nothing frustrates critics more than seeing you succeed, especially when you do it quietly. Many people announce every plan, every goal, every dream, every ambition. Then they spend more time talking than doing. The Stoics preferred action. There was a man named Daniel who constantly told everyone about his future success. He talked about businesses he would start, goals he would achieve, skills he would learn. Years passed. Very little changed. Then there was another man named Victor. Victor rarely spoke about his plans. While others talked, he worked. While others complained, he improved. While others sought attention, he built results. 5 years later, the difference was obvious. Victor's life had transformed completely. Daniel was still talking. The lesson is simple. Results speak louder than explanations. When people dislike you, they often expect failure. They expect you to quit. They expect you to become discouraged. They expect you to prove them right. Success destroys those expectations. Not because it hurts them, but because it proves they were wrong. And nothing is more convincing than evidence. The Stoics believed that a person's life should be their argument, not their words. not their excuses, not their promises, their actions. Instead of fighting critics, become so disciplined that your results answer them for you. That is a victory no argument can achieve. 3. Turn pain into power. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is this: everything can be used. Every setback, every failure, every insult, every disappointment, every betrayal. Most people allow pain to weaken them. The Stoics used pain as fuel. There was a young athlete named Ryan. After years of training, he suffered a devastating injury. People assumed his career was finished. Some even celebrated his downfall. For months, he struggled emotionally. Then one day, he made a decision. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" he asked, "How can I use this?" That question changed everything. During recovery, he studied psychology, improved his discipline, strengthened his mindset, developed patience, learned resilience. When he eventually returned to competition, he was mentally stronger than ever before. The injury that nearly destroyed him became one of his greatest teachers. This is what separates strong people from weak people. Weak people ask, "Why me?" Strong people ask, "What now?" Your enemies expect adversity to break you. They expect criticism to discourage you. They expect obstacles to stop you. Imagine their disappointment when every obstacle makes you stronger. That is a uniquely Stoic victory, because now your enemies are accidentally contributing to your growth. And there is nothing more powerful than turning pain into progress. The obstacle is not in your way. The obstacle is the way. 4. Become impossible to offend. One of the greatest forms of freedom is emotional independence. Most people spend their lives allowing other people to determine how they feel. A compliment makes them happy. An insult ruins their day. Criticism destroys their confidence. Praise inflates their ego. Their emotions move up and down depending on what other people say. The Stoics saw this as a dangerous way to live, because when your emotions depend on others, your peace is never truly yours. There was a man named Anthony who became upset over everything. If someone criticized him, he obsessed about it for days. If someone ignored him, he took it personally. If someone disagreed with him, he saw it as an attack. Life felt exhausting. Every interaction carried emotional weight. One day, while reading Stoic philosophy, he came across a powerful idea. People can only offend you if you accept their opinion as truth. That thought changed everything. He began examining criticism differently. Instead of immediately reacting, he asked, "Is this true?" If it was true, he used it to improve. If it was false, he ignored it. Suddenly, insults lost their power, because they no longer controlled his emotions. Think about how much suffering comes from taking everything personally. A stranger makes a rude comment. Someone misunderstands your intentions. Someone speaks negatively about you, and suddenly your peace disappears. The Stoics refused to surrender their peace so easily. They understood that another person's words reveal their character more than yours. When someone insults you, they are showing you who they are. You do not have to become what they are. Your enemies want access to your emotions. They want to provoke anger, frustration, bitterness, resentment. But when you become difficult to offend, their influence disappears. And that is a victory many people never achieve. The strongest person is not the one who wins every argument. The strongest person is the one who no longer needs to argue. 5. Master yourself while others blame the world. One of the easiest ways to identify successful people is to observe where they place responsibility. Weak people blame. Strong people build. Weak people complain. Strong people adapt. Weak people wait for circumstances to improve. Strong people improve themselves. The Stoics placed enormous emphasis on personal responsibility, not because life is always fair, but because responsibility creates power. There was a young man named James who constantly blamed his circumstances. If he failed, it was someone else's fault. If opportunities disappeared, someone else was responsible. If life became difficult, he always found something to blame. Years passed. Very little changed. Then there was another man named Michael. Michael faced many of the same challenges: financial problems, personal setbacks, professional disappointments. But his response was different. Instead of asking who was responsible, he asked what he could do next. Every setback became an opportunity to improve. Every challenge became a lesson. Every mistake became feedback. Over time, their lives moved in completely different directions. James became increasingly bitter. Michael became increasingly capable. This is one of the most powerful ways to defeat your enemies without fighting. Become so focused on self-improvement that negativity can no longer slow you down. Many people waste years trying to prove others wrong. The Stoics preferred a better strategy. Become better. Because when your life improves, you no longer need to convince anyone of anything. Your results speak for themselves. Imagine someone who doubted you years ago seeing your growth today. Not because you argued, not because you sought revenge, but because you stayed disciplined while they remained distracted. That is a level of victory that lasts, because it is built on character rather than conflict. The Stoics understood that every day presents a choice. You can blame, or you can build. You can complain, or you can improve. You can focus on enemies, or you can focus on becoming stronger. The choice seems small, but over time it creates completely different lives. While most people are busy looking for someone to blame, winners are busy looking for a way forward. 6. Let time reveal the truth. One of the hardest things for people to do is remain patient when they are treated unfairly. When someone lies about you, when someone betrays you, when someone spreads rumors, when someone tries to damage your reputation, the natural reaction is to fight back immediately, to defend yourself, to attack, to retaliate. But the Stoics understood something important. Time reveals character. Eventually, people show who they really are. Eventually, patterns become visible. Eventually, truth surfaces. There was a respected craftsman named Henry whose reputation was attacked by a jealous competitor. The competitor spread rumors throughout the town. Many people believed them. Henry was furious. He wanted to respond immediately. He wanted to defend himself publicly. But an older friend advised patience. "Keep doing good work," the friend said. "Let time do its job." Months passed, then years. The truth slowly emerged. The competitor's dishonesty became obvious. Customers noticed inconsistencies. People recognized the manipulation. And eventually, the competitor lost the trust he had worked so hard to gain. Meanwhile, Henry's reputation became stronger than ever, not because he fought, but because he remained consistent. The Stoics knew that character is difficult to fake for long periods of time. People can pretend, they can manipulate, they can deceive, but eventually, who they truly are becomes visible. That is why patience is powerful. Not passive patience, active patience. The patience that continues doing the right thing while others lose control. Your enemies may win small battles through deception, but truth wins wars. And time is often truth's greatest ally. When you remain calm, focused, and consistent, time begins working for you. Many people destroy themselves through their own actions. You simply have to avoid joining them. The truth does not need your anger to survive. It only needs time. 7. Become so focused on your purpose that your enemies become irrelevant. This may be the most powerful Stoic lesson of all. The greatest way to defeat your enemies is to stop making them the center of your life. Think about how much energy people waste thinking about opponents, critics, haters, competitors, jealous individuals, people who wronged them years ago. They wake up thinking about them, go to sleep thinking about them, replay conversations, imagine arguments, plan responses, carry resentment, and without realizing it, they become prisoners. Not because the enemy is powerful, but because the enemy occupies space in their mind. The Stoics refused to live this way. They believed life was too valuable to spend obsessed with people who contribute nothing to your growth. There was a young entrepreneur named Ethan who became consumed by rivalry. Every decision was influenced by what competitors were doing. Every achievement was measured against someone else. Every day felt like a battle. One evening, an older mentor asked him a question. What would happen if you stopped competing and started creating? The question changed his life. Instead of focusing on rivals, Ethan focused on purpose. Instead of watching competitors, he improved his craft. Instead of worrying about criticism, he served his customers better. Years later, many of the people he once considered enemies had disappeared from his life entirely. Not because he defeated them, because he outgrew them. This is one of the deepest lessons in Stoicism. The higher your purpose, the smaller your enemies become. The more meaningful your mission, the less time you have for resentment. The more focused you are on building your future, the less interested you become in fighting over the past. Purpose creates freedom, because purpose directs attention toward creation rather than conflict. And where attention goes, life follows. Most people think victory means defeating another person. The Stoics thought differently. They believed the greatest victory is mastery over yourself. Anyone can become angry. Anyone can seek revenge. Anyone can hold grudges. But very few people can remain calm under pressure. Very few people can stay disciplined during criticism. Very few people can continue growing while others try to pull them down. Remember the 7 ways to destroy your enemies without fighting. Refuse to react. Succeed in silence. Turn pain into power. Become impossible to offend. Master yourself while others blame the world. Let time reveal the truth. And become so focused on your purpose that your enemies become irrelevant. These principles do more than help you handle difficult people. They transform you. Because every one of these lessons strengthens your character. And character is something no enemy can take away. The people who try to hurt you may win your attention for a moment, but they should never win your future. Your future belongs to your discipline, your mindset, your habits, your choices, your purpose. Subscribe to Stoic Reflections for more videos on Stoicism, emotional mastery, self-discipline, mental strength, and personal growth. And remember this: the best revenge is not revenge. The best revenge is becoming so strong, so disciplined, so peaceful, and so successful that negativity can no longer reach you. That is the Stoic way, and that is a victory nobody can take from you.